Breaking news now. You are looking live at Jeff Ruby's Waterfront restaurant. It is pinned against the Wade-Bailey Bridge. The floating restaurant broke free from its moorings within the hour, while customers, as you can see, were enjoying their dinners. A rescue is underway as we speak to get these people off the barge. Again, a live picture from Covington. As you can see, the restaurant was broken free from the moorings and went down the Ohio River, we're told, about 100 yards before hitting a bridge abutment. The Wade-Bailey Bridge is closed as we speak. Good evening, I'm Brendan Keefe. Initial reports from police say as many as 150 people were on board Jeff Ruby's Waterfront restaurant when it started drifting down the flooded Ohio River. We have confirmation tonight that former Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Chris Collinsworth is also on that barge right now with his family. 9 News reporter Jay Warren live at the Wade-Bailey Bridge in Covington with this breaking story. Jay?
Yeah, Brendan, if you take a look here, the bridge is the only thing that is holding this restaurant in position here for rescue crews to do their job. I can tell you that the Covington Police Department has called a tugboat company, and you can see a tugboat outside of the restaurant there in the center of the river. I can tell you I've seen 3 tugs out here now at this point. Not sure actually what their plan is. I believe they're trying to figure it out as they go. I can tell you that the Covington Fire Department does have a ladder extended across, or they're positioning one. Also, whether they're going to try to offload the people on that ladder or not, I don't know that that decision has necessarily been made. It is conceivable that they would try to then relocate the restaurant back to where it belongs. Again, I heard about 100 feet, maybe it was 100 yards that it went downriver, but it is conceivable that they're going to try to use the tugs to put it back into position and then try to offload the customers. Again, Jeff Ruby's Waterfront been the only restaurant that's been open here as these waters have risen to the extent that they have. We understand that the gangways that they use were quite effective, at least in the last couple of days, to get people on board that restaurant to do to eat and enjoy themselves as normal. So at some point, though, tonight the strain was probably just too much with the water as high as it is and moving along a lot faster than it normally does. So to recap, Jeff Ruby's Waterfront is pinned on a piling here underneath the Wade-Bailey Bridge. It's closed at this point, as per the Covington Police Department. They've called in tugs to try to move it back to its original position. The Covington Fire Department does have a ladder extended, and obviously the guests are prepared to get off when the fire department tells them to. But again, I have yet to ascertain if maybe they'll try to move the restaurant back before trying to offload all of the guests. And again, about 100 plus on board for dinner tonight. So that's the situation right now, and we are trying to get more information as we speak. We're located several distance away from the police department, so we got a little walking to do to get you some more information. Brendan?
All right, Jay Warren, we're going to stay with you for just a moment here as we look at the picture of the tug coming into the frame. I want to ask you just a couple of quick questions before we go to Steve Norris to talk about the river conditions. First, we do want to confirm again that Chris Collinsworth, the former Bengal wide receiver, is on board. We're also told Jack Cassidy, the president of Cincinnati Bell, that was confirmed by Denny Jansen just a moment ago, among the many well-heeled guests on board tonight. From what you can see and in your area right there, how precarious is the position of the barge? Is it essentially stabilized, or is there any danger of it floating further downstream?
Yes, that's correct. Come about 2 blocks.
is not there with us right now, but we'll continue to look at this picture for just a moment. If Jason Garrison, photographer, can zoom in a little bit, right there at the center of your picture, where you can see the rescuers, what they're looking at right there is the remnants of the ramp that was built to put in, basically to go over the flooded parking lot to get guests into the barge. That was added earlier this week. It's one of the only restaurants that essentially stayed open while others closed. That part of the ramp was broken free. We know the barge has not gone that far down the river because, as you can see, all of the lights are on. There is no power generated on board this barge. It's actually coming from the shore. That comes on an umbilical cord that goes over the river, and that's, of course, of a fixed length. So we know it didn't go that far, and it's very close to the bridge abutment already of the Clade-Wade-Bailey Bridge. So when it did break free, it appears it was caught on that abutment, which seems to be very fortuitous. The river moving very fast tonight, of course, rain swollen, already over its banks, and again, many other restaurants closed. We'll get to that part of the story.